kind of the same as Invoker, gives you a Spirit Vessel and an instant Tiny. I think this Coddle is going to have a good game. It's like one of the best Vessel games I've ever seen.
And there's no real reliable catch on OG's side to get on top of him. You have the mobility of Timbersaw, and you have a Tiny that can get Dagger, but it's not like you're playing against Storm, Ember, Void Spirit, none of those that really get on top of you easily. So
yeah, and people got better at playing Coddle. Like they get third item BKB, sometimes even second after that Spirit Vessel if they feel like they need it. I really like what Gaming Gladiators got. I think they got their comfort heroes, the 4 ones, and they're gonna experiment a little bit more with the Keeper of the Light on the mid lane, and it looks like a really good Keeper of the Light game.
We did have the snap pick on the Tiny crit, so I kind of feel like OG knew what was coming. You feel like they prepared for it?
I feel like they might have just known what they wanted regardless. I don't think it's a particularly good response for Coddle, but I think they just knew what they wanted.
All right. We're going to find out what's going to happen in this opening game of this best of 3. We're heading over to our commentary duo of Lyrical and Jenkins.
Thank you so much, Shiver, and hello and welcome, Stockholm. Your lower bracket semifinals. There's a battle going on right now between OG and Gladiators. How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good. I feel like we're going to see a battle between the teams here pretty soon, and we'll see who wins that one here.
You're thinking about the crowd as well. There's a little bit of animosity going on back and forth between.
There might be a bit of a feud going on after this game. I'm a little bit worried, but lots of energy in the stadium, that's for sure.
That's what we want to have. This is what we've been missing for so long. The crowd getting into it, feeling the vibes.
You know the players feel it too.
Oh,
you know they feel it. They feel the vibrations at least.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You can see, right now at the very least, as we get ready to go into this game, the draft was going on. You were agreeing with the panel in terms of what picks you felt like you really wanted to see.
Yeah.
In the end, Gaming Gladiators, they pick up that Coddle. It's been absolutely devastating at various points in this tournament.
Yeah, I think we've seen a few rampages from the Coddle in this tournament. It just, inherently, if this hero gets off to a good start, the fact that you can run between lanes with 550 move speed, boots of travel, and you attack people from halfway across the screen with your spell, literally like an entire screen. I remember we hovered over an Orchid, and you couldn't see the circle. It looked glitched. Like you can just Orchid from halfway across the map. It's insane.
Well, we'll see if they can make it happen here as we are going into this game number 1. OG facing off against Gaming Gladiators. One team going to be eliminated in this lower bracket semifinals. And already a quick run, a smoke up, and trying to get down those wards quickly.
I'm happy that we get to see NMR Timber this game. I'm just super stoked when I see that first pick. A lot of teams have been doing that for like the last 2 tours of DPC. A lot of the reason for that is because of people seeing how OG had success with it. So this guy, I mean, he's the dude to watch for how do you pop off on Timbersaw?
Well, right, and so often in this tournament, it's just been banned against them in the first phase, been taken away, opting to run for it, and of course the Seb Wind Ranger that has just been all over the place here. But again, the 2 teams going at it in the early goings. Is there any laning matchup to you that feels like particularly dangerous? Obviously, like the Monkey King Timber thing is always something you got to watch for.
Yeah, I think laning matchup is that's a great question, and it looks like both of the teams are well aware that these lanes are very important. Amar already starting towards the top lane. There's a lot of people sitting around mid, so there's going to be lane shenanigans. This might end up being one of those games where the supports actually get a lot of the levels because the cores are just running between the lanes.
And Monkey a little bit faster when you switch into that courier form. Already starting with the Quelling Blade, and looks like Bounty Runes? Well, are they going to try and get a little bit aggro here? Boom, takes a good chunk of damage. Boundless Strike, and the body blocks coming out from Tofu means Taiga takes a ton of right clicks there at the beginning. Yes. Forced into the early salve.
Yeah, and this is Taiga that's running into this off lane with a troll, Basically, he's playing the 5 position here. You've your carry in the off lane. You're going to need to ferry him a bunch of salves, so I think we're going to see a courier getting a salve pretty soon.
I'll be coming out very quickly. See if we can get any courier snipes there as well as in the mid lane. EZM already trying to do a good job of getting out the denies. That was a range creep deny there that came out as well. Mar up top, facing off against Ace. So at least this matchup a little bit better. Can throw out that Whirling Death and hurt Ace a significant chunk of damage there.
Yeah, this is a dream lane for Amar. Also, Timber is an excellent answer to the Enchantress. The creeps don't do anything to the reactive armor, to the degree that Amar even just starts with the Whirling Death just to pressure. Like he might even go, 2 points in his armor this game because his lane goes so well. But we'll see. I'm not going to get too ahead of myself here.
already off to stack up those camps as well. Needs to get the board if they did end up blocking him, but should be fine. Dyrachyo down bottom had a little bit of a frustrating performance for himself in the early goings, particularly against that TSM game, but has made a little bit of a comeback since then and has been putting on a really good performance for this young player.
Yeah, he's been feeling himself. I remember in one of the interviews he said, like, I basically messed up in that Monkey King game, and I need this next one to go well. Like, just don't focus on the last one and just make sure that going forward I play really well. And he has been. He's been popping off in every game. That CK game, I think he died, might have been 0 times.
It's pretty good, at least as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it was a flawless game from him.
Already, again, not a ton of harassment that gets leveled out against that Timber Saw, sitting top of the mark in terms of the CS. And down bottom, Yuragi trying to keep the pressure on the Dyrachyo whenever they can, as that pull and be sent the whole way through and grabbing onto those creeps afterwards.
Dyer's middle
And Yuragi fine here as well. Takes some damage, actually. The Boundless Strike, a couple more punches, and Taiga's going to have to come on in and try and play a little bit of interference.
Yeah, this lane down here is such a tough lane for Gaming Gladiators. Troll traditionally a counter to the Monkey King. I remember when Monkey King was being picked a lot mid, people were going Troll against it. Also, speaking of OG, Thompson was playing that a lot. You just Whirling Axes him, and none of his Jingu stacks even matter, even if he gets to 4 stacks on you. It just doesn't matter. And Bane's also a right-click type hero.
Yeah. Yeah, very frustrating. Again, the flip side of that is that Taiga not able to get any of those early creeps right now, just has the Cloak Aura, which isn't going to be that helpful against the pure damage and everything else that's coming out here.
Yeah, Taiga, he's looking for the plus mana creep and the mana burn creep. Like
that was so nice. I love that creep.
That would be insane with the Troll. You have these like small, nuke abilities that you want to keep spamming. It's like that's a Troll's dream. It costs so little mana, but Troll also lowest in-game hero in the game. Like he needs the regen for sure.
So far, so even across all the lanes. The only one that's maybe a little bit behind is that Troll, but both teams looking really solid. And Amar, having gotten through what could have been like a little bit of a tough laning stage against that Monkey King, is very happy going against the Timber. So this lane setup, at least so far, feeling like it's favoring him.
Yeah, OGs, they're stoked about this. I mean, Seb basically gets to have the most fun video game ever because he's got a Timber in the safe lane that is never going to die now, at least until, 7-minute mark or something like that. So Seb can go stack, he can go, help the bot lane, he can go mid, secure runes, he can do whatever he wants.
Jump down bottom, Taiga under a little bit of fire there, and the Boundless Strike coming out. Can he get away? The Troll actually able to get the mischance in, and that kept alive their doom. So very well played again. The players covering each other. And Dyrachyo, be a little bit careful too. If that Troll gets on top of you, you might die.
Good as me.
And they're gonna pop the salve and back out again.
Yuragi, during that, he got like 6 stacks of fervor onto Dyrachyo, so he just felt like he could keep right-clicking there. The ability only doubles in terms of attack speed between level 1 through 4, so it's a very value ability at level 1 if you do get enough right-clicks on someone.
Yeah, super nice, definitely. Boundless Strike a little bit off the mark there, but still getting some good CS on this Monkey King right now. 21-5 versus 17-3. And Amar, he was sending out that courier, ends up getting taken away, and actually getting a little bit body blocked there by the creeps. Means they can't go in, and instead they're gonna go on to Taiga a second round, and Dyrachyo gets first blood. Yuragi might be next as they run him down bit by bit, but with the mischance, it's gonna be enough to get him away at least. First blood. He's having fun.
Gaming Gladiators, man, they're just playing really well on this lane. Like they're just doing the slow outplay harass. They're, the Troll Whirling Axes can only come out so much. It's got a cooldown on it, so when that's on cooldown, you can go for the play.
See there as well that camp being blocked out. So boom, gonna need to retreat back to the jungle and farm up other places. But don't worry, he can farm wherever he wants. This hero's insane. Ace takes some extra punishment there. Amar now with the 3 points in the reaction bar.
Pressuring so hard here.
Yeah, this is scary for Ace. He's got to be super careful. When that level 6 comes out, I mean, it gets really dangerous for CK.
Yeah, he's having such a good game. He's even just 2 points in Whirling Death. He doesn't feel like he needs the defensive Whirling Chain because, like, who the hell's going to kill him right now?
No, nobody. So again, power shot down bottom, but they are keeping this creep wave in a really good position for Gaming Gladiators bot. And Taiga, he's just decided to head out. Heading over, trying to secure some runes here.
Yeah, here we see the classic Enchantress rotation to mid at 5 minutes. This is where you expect to see both supports from both sides dueling it out here. You don't want to lose this mid tower. You don't even want to take too much damage on the mid tower, although they do let the catapult die.
Yeah, and weren't able to get any extra pressure on there. So Taiga pushes back towards mid, and Gaming Gladiators won't be able to actually take down that tier 1 tower mid at all.
Well, we do know, what Celery likes to do. He might head back to the mid lane at any point, although opting to head bot into the jungle, grab another creep. Oh, that's the good one. He's got a nice creep.
Oh, he's saving it for later, the Dark Troll Summoner.
Can't get it. Yeah, you need level 5 now to get that, unfortunately for him.
So, again, 6.5 minutes, only 1 kill so far as... Now, maybe there's going to be another one here. Seb trying to run away. Iragi is there. Boundless Strike to slow him down. A couple more punches is all they need. And barely getting away from that one. Seb able to survive. And BZM makes the rotation. And not quite sure if he's going to be able to get in and onto the rest of Gaming Gladiators. There's up top. They got level 6 on Amar. And this is what they've been waiting for. Pull him back in. Whirling Death brings him down. Down bottom. Maybe more action. Let's toss away. Try to get him out. BCN keeping Rocky alive for the moment, but it's just going to be for a later death. As they take him down too.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I can't believe on the bot lane with Celery, he just sends the Centaur over casually, and it ends up putting Yuragi in this really bad situation where he really had nowhere to go. They did like a 4-way pincer attack there between the Centaur and the heroes that they had, and ended up taking him down.
Solid move.
Radiant's top
Gaming
tower
Gladiators
is under attack.
starting 2-1 here. As they will go for a stun. Ace making the rotation bottom and maybe gonna find a kill. Oh, looking for the hook stop, does find it.
Oh, wow, okay.
Celery, cool moves, and up top as well. More action coming out, and Boom is also gonna fall. OG striking back in good turn.
Wow, that is the last thing you want to happen to your mid Coddle. He's got 63 last hits, top of the last hits right now, and he just goes top and feeds Amar. And the reason Amar is diving so aggressively there is, number one, he knows he's not going to die. Number two, the only hero that can deal with him right now is the Coddle. That's it. So if he kills the Coddle in lane, what do you do? This feels so oppressive right now for Gaming Gladiators.
What you do is you lose your tower. The top one goes down. Amar on this Timbersaw. There's a reason people banned it against him, and it's showing up right here. This game number 1. Celery does make the move over again. Doesn't quite have the ability to take that Dark Troll Summoner yet. The nerf coming in clutch. And we will see over the next couple of minutes if they can get him some more levels and start evening this out again. Still a very back and forth game.
Yeah, given how the lane setup went, I think for Gaming Gladiators, you're definitely supposed to lose if you let those lanes go as they did, and you don't rotate anybody. Oh, Celery.
Yeah, some trouble there. The sleep though. Tofu keeping it back to Tiny, and then the Timbersaw comes through, does a world of hurt. And again, struggling to come up with answers for right now. I mean, again, the silver lining is that they've been able to keep Yuragi down pretty low on this troll.
Yeah, there's going to come a point where Yuragi needs to just basically have some me time for like, at the very least, like 5 to 10 minutes in this game. Because Duraccio, he just had a 2-level advantage in the carry v carry matchup. Like, that's not good, especially when you're troll versus the Monkey King. It's tough.
So again, back to farming for a little bit here, but the big hero that I'm still just going to be keeping my eye on this entire time is going to be Amar, if he can make any move. But the other one is BZM, making the move through the jungle. The smoke is going to break. They find Ace. Don't have an angle, though, for a shackle or any extra play, so can't get the kill on him. Jump. Draghi. Ooh, just gets out of there one, actually.
BCM and Seb, they're almost there.
Moving, trying to get him. They find the Monkey King. Draghi's still beating into him with a couple more punches. That's how you get your troll back in the game.
He was baiting. It was all a bait. He's sitting, he's holding the skill point in battle trance. He wanted to be low HP, so they would go on him there. Very smart from OG so far.
Making all the moves together that they need. And you can hear the crowd feeling it right now. The movement and OG keeping it back. The constant pressure and then putting some on themselves as well. As that Ench creep is going to get taken down. They do have a catapult mid. See if Amar wants to make a move with this.
But Lyrical, this is the wall that the panel was talking about. You can't push with an Enchantress. You can't. I mean, there's very few heroes in Dota that you can push against a Timbersaw, especially at this caliber. He's super high level to the point, like, his game is so good, he's going for Kaya first. He's not going for the Sanj first. The Sanj and Kaya. Is he going to take the stack, or is he just stacking this?
I mean, I don't know. That's an interesting question.
I feel like it's Amar. He's about to take the stack, although Yuragi could definitely use it.
I mean, I would be super down. He's going Maelstrom. This guy can take it now with the Chakram.
I want to see how greedy he is. He's taking it.
Yeah, that's
He's
the way to
taking
do
the
it.
stack. I'm the carry now. All right.
Top of the net worth, and yeah, as you said, I mean, this does present a little bit of a danger, right? If he dies with that, like Kaya before the Sanj comes out, he's maybe going to be a little bit more vulnerable, but I guess the game has gone so sort of poorly for the other cores that Gaming Gladiators might not be able to kill him anyways.
However, with that being said, Gaming Gladiators, they're making good trades here, you know?
Yeah.
While Amar is taking the stack from his carry, they actually end up taking the safe lane tower, which Amar could have TP'd in potentially and defended. So it looks like OG, they understand they want to lose. They're fine with losing that tower. They have grit, don't they?
Yeah, they're looking for this one. A lot of TPs coming in as well. Tanya drops the tomb, actually. A turn for a big fight to be enough for the kill. It looks like, look at Shackle, enough for the finish. Goes for the deny, but does advantage. Unbelievable. So Dyrachyo will go down there. The nice play coming out. The kill onto the Monkey King.
And while all that was happening, Yuragi took the bottom tower, so it's not just a kill on the carry, it's also OG's carry getting some free farm and taking a tower.
So state of the game right now, 1,000 gold lead for OG. Do you feel like there's one team that's more comfortable at this point in the game, though, with the way that it's been going?
Definitely OG, definitely OG. I think having Amar in this like kind of pop-off state, they're very used to this. They know that he's gonna make a ton of space. So even though Yuragi's game has not been going exceptionally well so far, they know that this is gonna give him some time to come back. And Troll is one of the few heroes that can actually man up versus a Monkey King in the ult. Like it's a pretty good counter, which is why they picked it, despite Troll not being the strongest of heroes.
They do manage to hit there on the scan, Radiant keeping Dyrachyo alive, and he does manage also to get the Primal Spring out. So yeah, he gives a little bit of a smile there, feeling himself after he's able to dodge that gank. And afterwards, down the bottom, Yuragi just going to farm up this next round, and Machines of Creep Wave coming into the Monkey King as well.
Yeah, Gaimin, I mean, Gaimin's doing their classic playstyle where they just have Celery in these like crazy positions where if you go on him, you're gonna feel stupid. It's like, yeah, they're getting a kill on an Enchantress, maybe, if you like that.
Nice play, the stomp to get him out, and yeah, I mean, they go on him, doesn't manage to find any kills.
All the cores of Gaimin are just farming right now, and it's just like, come here, kill my Enchantress. Like, see what happens. They do this all the time. They love this. Celery's just a space creator.
One that the space is made for, at least on the CKs. They clear out the top side, get some room for him to farm up, and again, the pop in the Phantasm to farm, it's what we've seen time and time again.
Yeah, he's ulting off cooldown this game.
Wait a minute, are they making a move? Boom. They run on in. Taiga is going to hide behind the tier 2 tower, so despite the big rotation top, it does not look like Gaming Gladiators will find a kill onto that Doom.
So Boom does have Spirit Vessel right now. They could possibly kill Amar if they can get a good smoke onto him where they actually, you know, get him with grip or something like that where it doesn't get canceled. He could potentially die in the next few minutes here, and I think that's what you're looking for if you're Gaming Gladiators.
And of course, getting the extra farm up on Dyrachyo, who just finished this Battle Fury as well. So the Kaya Sanj done, and next queued up for Amar is going to be that Lotus Orb, which we would anticipate trying to get in towards the things that keep him alive against that Spirit Vessel. But that might mean that we just sit around a little bit longer for gaming. We'll see if they try and make some type of a move with the other 4 heroes besides the Monkey King.
I want to go back to the question you asked earlier about who's okay with going late game, because I think the Troll versus Monkey King matchup is BZM is going to do toss back here.
Toss back Celery. Will that be a freebie? He gets the heal off. No, he's just going to walk away. God, the engine's so annoying to play against. Amar moves in, but can't get there in time to get any extra punish.
I feel like teams at this point are afraid to try and kill Celery. When they watch so many other teams just baited by him.
Oh, speaking of being afraid, Taiga definitely needs to be as they jump forward and kill him off. So another rotation secures a kill. 5-5, 15 minutes in. And Celery runs into Amar there, stealing farm away from the Timbersaw.
Yeah, Taiga was trying to finish up his Blink Dagger there. He just needed one more wave and he would have had it, so that delays the timing for them. He really wanted that for the next fight.
And you can hear the crowd. Any little moment that they have a chance to, they're going to get into it there. And eventually, another thing that's going to happen is the Enchantress will take your mid tower. Just keep running creeps at it constantly. BZM comes on in to farm it out. But afterwards, they do manage to get that mid tier 1 tower.
Yeah, and they're just poking a little bit on the mid lane. I think maybe they're trying to do some Hurricane setup into the Fiend's grip if the opportunity presented itself, but didn't exactly OG. They're playing pretty safe. They see the Spirit Vessel timing. They respect it. They're not, you know, playing as balls to the wall as we saw earlier, right, so to speak.
And I mean, that's another good point to make, is that like both of these teams at various points, it feels like as, oh, Taiga gonna have to hold that thought here. Asleep, do they turn this into a kill? As you mentioned, does have the grip available. The 2-second stun pulls him back in. Avalanche, Taiga, is he really gonna get out of here? A little bit of help from his mid, and Taiga manages the escape.
Man, Avalanche is just such a good ability now, actually. Just the fact that it's this perma stun. BZM was also in the area. He had the toss back if there was going to be some sort of re-engage, so he was ready for the double save there. He didn't need to do it though. Just an avalanche was enough.
So again, what I was saying is that both of these teams at various points, it feels like, have struggled maybe a little bit with the nerves, and both of them have managed to overcome it, and that's why they're in this position right now, the lower bracket semifinals. So both teams trying to play a little bit conservative here with their movements, not overextending. We'll see if that trend continues here in this game number 1.
Yeah, I mean, this looks like a fairly normal game of Dota. Like with a lot of the LAN Dota that we've seen in this tournament, it's been just like fighting nonstop. But both of these teams, they seem to have nerves of steel here. But we'll see how long that lasts, because one crazy fight and all of a sudden everything, you know, blows open. But for now, yeah, they're looking chill.
Again, clears out that mid wave. Gaming Gladiators keeping it close here. They do have a smoke going to head out across maybe to the top side of the map here. Ace pops. They're going to go right. This is a bold play. As the smoke is coming in right now. We'll see if they get away with this one. OG.
They're walking right by. They're going to get Tofu, but
I mean, if he dies for the Roche kill, this is perfect. So the Avalanche toss play goes in. Tofu's still living Nightmare, and then the eventual power shot for the kill. But again, down bottom, Roche is going down. This is a bigger objective for them, and Ace Celery going together in to take this down with Dyrachyo. I don't think OG knows.
They're not even going to try. I mean,
oh, they have no idea. Power shot, barely off the mark, but they get the Aegis. And now maybe ready to fight for this one. They got to jump away. OG in a precarious spot, even without the Bane.
That was a very interesting call from Gaimin. They just understand that OG, they're doing their best to avoid the timing. I don't know if it's the vessel or they just feel like they can't fight at the moment for some reason, and they just walk in and get a free Roche. The timing was very convenient too. Like the moment that OG pops that smoke to go into their own jungle, Gaming Gladiators make the choice to go take Roche.
Right, and imagine if that movement that they had for trying to go for the kill was just a little bit off.
Roche, yeah, exactly.
This game looks completely different one way or the other.
Right, like if the smoke accidentally pops in front of Roche, you're like, what the hell? They're Roshing.
Yeah.
Because you don't expect that. There's no Roche taking hero on Gaming Gladiators. I mean, CK, I guess, like,
yeah,
it's not the best. It really isn't.
A big moment there as Gaming Gladiators able to secure themselves an objective. A BKB done for the Monkey King. Draghi still trying to get into the Manta, it looks like, as well. And I mean, what do Gaming Gladiators want to do with this Aegis now? Is it just buying time? What's the plan here?
I think they're more than happy to farm. They've got a Battle Fury Monkey King. They're against Troll, and like I said, I think Troll wins that matchup if you're even on farm. But with the Battle Fury versus a Maelstrom, I mean, the Monkey King's obviously going to have the advantage there.
And likewise, you know, looking at the rest of these heroes, the Tiny hasn't exactly kept up to the same degree these other heroes have in farm. Now, that's sort of mitigated by having the Doom in the game, who obviously Taiga's going to be able to pick up a lot of net worth along the way as well, but it's going to be something to watch for. Tier 2 tower, down bottom, going to be taken, and likewise some extra pressure up top from Gaimin.
I think the reason why BZM's farm is not super high this game is because he's been everywhere. Like he's you know, running to the side lanes, like constantly doing these saves on his teammates. So he's been very active, which is what you see more often than not on these mid tinies, and then eventually you scale into the late game. But when you have a Maelstrom carry on one side and then a Battle Fury carry on the other side, often it feels like there's no farm on the map.
How it goes. Well, and we've reached the 20-minute mark. No rush 20 minutes, about to be broken. We'll see if they run at each other a little bit here as a couple Blink Daggers got picked up as well. Oh, moves on in. Angle. There. Can they clean up a couple more of these kills? Dyrachyo's in pretty deep, but who's the Mara? The Lotus Orb keeping him fine. Avalanche runs for it. Got Blizzes on it too with the hook stop afterwards. The combo is there, and Dyrachyo pops the BKB, trying to turn this for his team a little bit, and it is going to be too quickly dead on OG with the buyback coming from Toku's So a little bit of an overextension after the solid initiation.
Yeah, losing their carry there. I mean, that's the last thing that you want. I definitely understand the play to try to go for boom. We've seen in a lot of these games, if you don't go for the mid coddle on these engagements, he just gives so many rounds of spells off that he destroys you 1v5 almost. So like you have to jump for him, but at the cost of your carry, that's rough. That is rough.
You can see this replay here. After the good initiation, it all went down.
Where did this wraparound? So
I mean, they were looking from the side. There was a good blink in there from Taiga again, but Dyrachyo with the turnaround didn't get the ulti off in time. As we're back in the rotation again, Dyrachyo turns onto Amar, avalanche, toss, caught with the sleep switch back the other direction. Toku unable to help him do this much. Another shackle coming out from Seven. The Gilbert actually puts him just out of range, but eventually get the agent. What more is left in the tank? Ace, turning, punchy BZM, but Dyrachyo in trouble. Another combo comes out, and OG, they strike back. And they find more celery. Very strong on the edge, but not nearly strong enough from all the damage coming out. Another kill for a bar.
Seb is just making this Windrunner look like such a good hero. The crowd is going crazy.
They're feeling it right now.
I mean, this guy, he's supposed to be retired, but he just can't help himself but play good Dota.
One last ride, as they say, but 3 dead, and we'll see what they can get now. Mid tower goes down. Bragi fully back online on this troll. And at this point, at least, very still close game, but it can turn on its head in a moment.
It is so interesting watching how Seb uses the Windrunner. Like, if you can hit a shackle like that, and then you use the Gale Force, it kind of feels like a tossback or like a pudge hook, you know what I mean? It's like if you are good at hitting the 2-man shackles, it's like you're pudge hooking 2 people into your team. It's the same thing that we've seen happening with Tiny throughout this whole tournament, is how valuable repositioning is in a team fight. Like, this looks fine for gaming, and then all of a sudden when the shackle comes out, and then the pullback, it looks horrible. They're just so far out of position. And Boom also wasn't there. He had TP'd back, so that's always a great time to fight when the mid-coddle is gone.
I knew I was going to be able to count on you to find a way to talk about Pudge in this series, because they sure as heck weren't picking it.
Well, they're not going to pick it, so, you know, you got to find a way.
True enough. 8-11. Again, the pressure going to be mounted, and Tier 2 towers taken means both of those outposts controlled right now by OG. Blink Dagger done on that CK, trying to get into the BKBs. That's been the big timing that we've been talking about this entire tournament. When teams get it, they start to put the clamps on the entire map.
Yep, and Ace, he will have it very soon if he goes for the Echo Saber disassemble, which I assume he will.
Right now, he's just going to be going for the kill on Celery, who eventually does go down. They bring a couple more of those cores along, and Amar just continuing to slay heroes. 6-0-3 on this Timbersaw. He's had a great game.
Yeah, that was just a freebie kill. And anytime you see an Enchantress die, especially a Celery Enchantress, you're always just waiting for it to last, you know, 30 seconds, then all of a sudden it's not worth it. But if it's an instant kill like that...
Oh, come on! Had the vision, they were prepped and ready, and Dyrachyo gonna get punished here as they roll him through, go for the finish. And Tinker Ward's the can-off even when he's not in the game. Out of his seat.
Yeah, I mean, he was looking for them, but it turns out they were looking for him first. It's, you know, Tundra, I remember in DPC, they picked this Timbersaw into Monkey King because if you can catch him in the trees, I mean, you clear trees, right? So you can take him off the trees, not that we saw that there, and you also just do insane damage if you're surrounded by them.
Taiga was so ready for that one. Sets up the ward. The ward was placed by Taiga too. He just knows.
Yeah. And then Amar, look how much damage this does. Being surrounded by trees, like that's the one thing that's been buffed about the timber damage in the last little while is the whirling path that does so much damage.
Slight lead being opened up now by OG. And a scan, Dire hoping to find somebody in their triangle. They weren't able to connect onto any of those heroes there. But again, Seb playing with the Timber as they're going to retake this outpost and then try and put some more pressure on the map. God, he is so freaking farmed.
Yeah, he's huge. 7-0-3, and the top, also top level in the game by 2 levels. That's insane. Like, this is why people ban Timber against this team.
Dyrachyo in the meantime trying to get into the Aghanim Scepter. A little bit of an unfortunate death for him before. We'll see if he can make you know, his presence felt in this game. Obviously, you get these levels up on Monkey King, and things look very scary. But they're going to move in again. Pops the BKB, and I mean, I don't know if that would have been a kill anyway. So a nice little bait out there.
Yeah, just a bait. We saw the exact same thing happening in the last series. A lot of these teams, like...
Caught, back, hey, in trouble. Shackle doesn't latch, gets the ulti off, backs away, trying to kill BCM. Still so much damage being dealt by the Timber. And OG, they're just running away with it now. Toko's got to get the heck out of here. Tries to TP out, will he be able to escape? Oh no, not happening.
This man has nerves of steel, dude. He's ice cold, bro. Oh yeah, Amar Timber. This is he's just spam pinging the tier 4.
Radiant's
So ready for this one. And right now, Gaming Gladiators, they got to buy more time because it feels like it's completely gone the other direction. And again, they find it. They baited out the BKB before to kill him now with the Doom, giving him the high five. High fives over the top of each other. OG are feeling very strong at this point.
Yeah, that all goes back to the BKB bait that they did earlier. So well executed. It almost seems like teams are abusing the fact that people are playing on LAN and they don't want to be the one that gets caught out and dies. You bait that BKB and then you just get caught out and die later.
Right. And OG, this is a growth for the team, personal growth going on right here. The previous LAN that they played in, they had a lot of trouble, struggled through it, and it feels like they've come back ready in this tournament to just run away with the game, the series, the whole tournament completely. We'll see what ends up happening. But right now, they're looking very good in game number 1, and Gaming Gladiators, they got to make a recovery. What's that avenue for them? How do Gaming Gladiators put the halt to this?
Must be dreaming. Oh man, Toby.
Oh no.
I was literally clicking to him because I was thinking like they've got to get a grip off, right? Like they've got to grip somebody in some catch-out position where they're not expecting it. Have we seen a grip this game? It's been
There might have been one early, but it's not been able to be a connection.
No, but he's got the big boy Philly, so you know, Ether Lens on the deck, so he's ready to get that up. But yeah, it's going to be like some overcommitment from OG where they dive like crazy, which could happen, or you know, picking off Amar on like a side lane. It feels like they need a big kill right now. They can't just go for one of these supports. It's got to be one of the cores.
Radiant are scanning.
As we say that, it's going to be a smoke together. Now they do ping out the Roche pit, and the scan goes green right as they were heading out towards it. So they find Lamar right at the start. Rogi's there as well. Can they kill him off? He's already got the Lotus Storm. No Fiend's Grip available for them. The pullback tries to take that target. This would be a nice kill to start it, and they will get him. Duraccio up on the high ground. What else they're looking for? Oh, the big avalanche after the shadow. Do they have enough damage to bring down the monkey? They do! And just like that, they turn it again. Nothing is free in this game for Gaming Gladiators.
These shackles are just way too good. I mean, he's hitting the right heroes every single time. I mean, that wasn't a double shackle, but you hit the carry, and it gives just enough time for Amar to hold to zero him, essentially. And Amar has the network that he can do that.
And like this, they're going up the high ground. OG feeling the momentum, feeling the crowd, and they are ready to take this one down, just tossing Amar triumphantly in the air as they're going to get the first set of racks here. 29 minutes in, 14,000 gold lead.
Radiant's middle barracks.
For the record, Toss does do some building damage, so at the very least, I know that was a bit of a flex, but he's, you know, flexing in a way that still helps Siege. So that's
always.
Good. Yeah.
Well, again, Gaming Gladiators, they got to find another way back in, and the unfortunate situation is it feels like every fight has just gone really rough for them, and now they actually are going in to try and clear up that Roche. And this is going to be another agent into the hands of OG. Well, I guess the first one went to the Gaming Gladiators, actually, so they get this one at least.
All right, and we get to see BZM. He's going for Aghanim Scepter on Tiny, which just got buffed. A lot of people have been asking to see this one.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it now slows with the tree throw slow, which is 25%, so we'll see how good that looks.
That's pretty awesome. I was not anticipating an Axe Tiny today.
Neither was I.
OG definitely feeling themselves. We'll see if he fully commits to it. As Timbersaw is queuing up Moonshard.
Yeah, you cannot trust you can't trust OG and what they have in their quick buy.
Okay, good to know.
You know, given that they have succeeded the previous roster, they had to find new ways to BM.
Right.
And they do that through the quick buys.
Always the innovators.
Among other things.
Radiant's top tower is full.
So the top tower gets taken by Iragi. The rest of the team smoked up, heading into the dire triangle.
They see Ace.
Yeah, and this guy's in a lot of trouble there. Shackle almost able to catch, but then the avalanche just bring down the Doom. No messing around.
Nice little prediction there from BZM, knowing, you know, basically the exact blink location. And Taiga was ready too.
Yeah, they're all over him this game. They do have enough gold now to pick up the Hex on the Coddle, though. That at least is going to give them some extra bits of control. As Celery trying to escape, but will not be able to make it. Amar, another kill on this absolutely beyond godlike Timbersaw. Yeah, it has not looked particularly close after those first couple of minutes.
Oh, they caught Boom.
They got him again. Oh, the Coddle in trouble. The Gale Force, where you going, old
Radiant's
man?
bottom tower
Mar
is under
gets him,
attack.
and they clean up another kill. 9 to 23. They're going for another lane of racks. I don't know if Gaming Gladiators have anything left in the tank.
Radiant's bottom
Nothing has
tower
gone well for them over the past 15 minutes.
I don't think they can stop this without Boom. He's the only tower defense that they can use against Yuragi.
And just like that, they're going forward for the tier 4 towers. OG feeling themselves. And Gaming Gladiators, they got to come up with an answer here, but they're just beating away at these buildings. The crowd will cheer them on, trying to end this game. 45 seconds. No Coddle. The Gale Force. Not even the fountain stage as they get the shackle onto both. Mar trying to take down the race back. They turn out Celery. Lived through a lot of it, but Duraccio, will his ulti be enough to keep him alive? I'm not so sure. They turn, they bring him down. Another kill coming out as they find the finish. And, well, the grip is not going to be enough to keep them alive. One by one, they fall. And OG to take game number 1.
Okay, well that was quite the game. What a shellacking. I don't know. I feel like you just can't give him our Timber.
You know, I think other people came to that conclusion before. We know for sure you can't give him Timber. OG across the board just put on a heck of a performance there, and Yuragi, you can see he's feeling it.